People don't always push others away because they don't care. Often, they push away the ones who care the most because closeness exposes what they've spent years trying to hide. When someone truly sees you, listens to you, and stays consistent, it creates a pressure many people are not emotionally prepared to face. Care demands honesty. It demands accountability. It demands that you show up as who you really are, not the version you perform to survive. And for someone who has learned to live behind emotional armor, that kind of care feels threatening. People who push away love are often people who never learned how to receive it safely. Their nervous system associates closeness with loss, control, or pain. When they were younger, connection may have come with conditions. Affection may have been inconsistent. Attention may have been followed by disappointment. So their mind learned a dangerous lesson. Distance equals safety. When someone gets too close, their instincts activate. They withdraw. They sabotage. They criticize. They create conflict. Not because the other person did something wrong, but because intimacy triggers old wounds they never healed. The closer you get, the louder their fear becomes. Care feels overwhelming to someone who has spent years being emotionally independent out of necessity. Your presence highlights their vulnerability. Your consistency exposes their instability. Your patience reminds them of their emotional immaturity. And instead of growing into the connection, they push you away to regain control. There is also another dark layer to this behavior. Some people push away those who care because care removes their ability to self-destruct quietly. When someone truly cares, they notice patterns. They ask questions. They hold you accountable. They see when something is wrong. And for someone who survives through avoidance, this feels like exposure. Pushing you away allows them to return to familiar chaos where no one expects growth and no one asks them to be better. They choose loneliness over vulnerability because loneliness feels predictable. Vulnerability feels like risk. But here is the painful truth most people don't want to face. Pushing away those who care is a form of self-protection that slowly turns into self-sabotage. Over time, it leaves them surrounded by people who don't challenge them, don't see them, and don't truly care. They keep the ones who tolerate their distance and lose the ones who were willing to stay. And then they tell themselves the story that people always leave, without recognizing that they were the ones who pushed first. For the person who cares, this experience is deeply confusing. You gave patience. You gave understanding. You gave space. And still you were rejected. But the rejection was never about your worth. It was about their fear. You represented something they weren't ready to handle. Real connection. Someone who stays requires you to confront yourself. Someone who cares requires you to grow. And not everyone is prepared to do that. The darkest insight is this: people don't push away love because it's weak. They push it away because it's strong. It challenges the identity they built around emotional distance. It threatens the coping mechanisms that kept them safe. It forces a choice between healing and hiding. And many people choose hiding because healing requires discomfort they don't yet have the courage to face. If you've been pushed away by someone you genuinely cared for, understand this clearly. Your care was not the problem. Your presence did not scare them because it was wrong. It scared them because it was real. You showed them what connection could look like, and they weren't ready to become the person who could sustain it. Caring deeply is not a weakness. It is a mirror. It reveals where people are emotionally. Some will rise to it. Others will run from it. Your responsibility is not to chase those who push you away. Your responsibility is to recognize when your care is being rejected by fear, not by truth. And when you stop trying to convince someone to accept what they're not ready to receive, you make room for those who can. Follow Mind Abyss, where we uncover the psychology behind emotional distance, fear of intimacy, and the hidden reasons people push away the ones who care the most.